Hello, everybody. I am so excited for today because Roy and I are live for the very first time. And we've got something very, very exciting to share with you. We're going to talk about tips on managing stress and negative thoughts in life and in business. But first, I have to introduce my dear friend, Roy Elliott. He is, if you've listened to our podcast, you know what I'm going to say. Drop it in the chat. He is the smartest man that I have ever met. I actually owe so much to him because he's really changed my life. So he's the smartest man. He's a promoter. He's been an entrepreneur all of his life. And he's just got a wonderful way of looking at the world. And the things that he says will really transform your mind if you allow them to. So welcome, Roy.
Thanks for the lovely introduction. Like that. Greatly appreciated. And from listening to the podcast, as y'all know, I would say is the beautiful and intelligent Miss Erica Bassam.
Oh,
What
thank
I
you.
always say, let's take it away.
All right. So, tips on managing stress and negative thoughts in life and in business. So, I know you very well. So, I know what you're going to say about this. Should I guess?
Well, go ahead.
All right. Well, these are the things that you say to me every day. Okay. So, you're going to say that what you're putting in your body is very important. So, getting proper nutrients and proper food. Am I right?
Correct. Correct as can be.
So why does that? Because if it were up to me, I'd eat chocolate all day long, right? So why is it that how does eating properly, as you would say, a warm meal, right? Or having the fruits and stuff like that, how does that impact your thoughts though, your negative thoughts and managing stress? Tell me how they go together.
They go together. Well, you got one body, one body. Health come first. You can have all the money in the world, but that money ain't gonna be mean nothing if you're not healthy. You'll trade everything just to be healthy. So that's why it's important and smart to feed your body the right things that's need to be. I mean, it also help your thoughts. As an entrepreneur, eating right really help your thoughts because we was all kids before and we eat junk food. We eat chips, whatever, all the sugar stuff. And what do it make us do? Real hyper. And if we
Yes.
keep eating because we love it so much, when we become a grown up, then it start taking a toll on our body. I mean,
Mhm.
everything in life is balanced. So yeah, you can eat a little bit of junk here and there, but it's important to eat the right nutritious nutrient.
Mhm.
Right.
I want to say something about that though. So, and I don't remember when I said this the other day or whenever, that I know for myself though, that when I'm eating properly and I'm not grabbing, I love a granola bar and chocolate, right? I'm not grabbing those things and I'm focused on what I'm putting into my body. I feel in control. When you feel in control, that really takes over the anxiety. So the anxiety does go away. So I think that being in control is a really big thing, another aspect of the food part.
Well said. Well said. Totally agree. I like that.
Thank you.
Definitely
I
like.
know. Sorry, go
Mm.
ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm
I know.
listening.
All right. Yeah. So I know the other thing you're going to say, but I think you're going to say, but I want to share something that I think helps with managing stress and negative thoughts in business, and that would be planning. Planning ahead so that you know what you're going to work on, even if it's like cleaning your house, getting laundry done, picking up your kids, or, for your business, if you're going to launch something or what you're going to do, planning ahead, getting control of your time management really helps to manage stress, because then you don't have the weight of the world on your shoulders, and you're not, trying to go to sleep at night thinking, oh, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. You're able to get proper rest, which you're probably going to say about that too, right? So
Yeah.
I would say my thing is to plan ahead. If anyone needs some help on that, I have a great free resource for you. So just say plan in the chat and I'll send that over to you. So now I'm gonna let you talk, Tech Story.
Well, I mean, once you're saying all the right things, there ain't no need for me to say nothing right now. So I'm listening. I
All right,
love to learn, you know. I love,
nice.
love, love to learn. So
Well, what else? Okay, I want to hear your golden nuggets. So, what would you say if someone came to you and they're like, I am so stressed out. Like, I got a business, I got a bunch of kids, whatever. Like, or what would you say to someone who's under stress? Like, how could they help to control that?
someone under stress. Well, number one, stress ain't gonna help the situation. That's for sure. Um, the more you in control, then the more you can understand and control your stress, whatever you're going through. Me personally, you know, I believe in looking at the realistic aspect of what I'm stressed about. You know what I mean? Is it
Mhm.
something that I can control? Okay, I'm gonna put 100 in doing what I can about it. If it's
Mhm.
something that I cannot control, I have no control over, it's a waste of time stressing. You know what I mean? It's to me, it's not wise. That it makes no sense. So I know easier said than done, but you got to trick your mind sometimes. You know, when you under a certain stress. You know, like I said, I look at what I can do and what I can. If I can do something about it, I'm gonna do it. If I can't, just gotta let it go. A lot of us we don't believe in let it go. You can't
I
do nothing about it. It makes more sense to just let go. So, you know, I would say the number two killer
wait,
in
wait,
the
wait.
world,
Oh, sorry. I thought you were gonna say number two thing. Go.
number two thing in this world is stress. You know, that kill more than gun. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
so I know y'all guessing, wondering what's number one. Okay, that's for another topic.
That's for another time. All
But
right.
yeah, yeah. Number two is pretty high. So,
Yeah.
you know, don't be worrying about what you can control. And if you can control it, give it 100. So stay stress free always.
That's powerful. And like like a couple weeks ago, I was under a little stress, right? And you said to me, you should just go to sleep, because is there anything you can do about it? And I was like, no. And you said, okay, well, then go to sleep. And I was like, oh, well, that was very powerful, because I'm thinking all my life, I've always thought of worrying about something as actually being in control of the situation. So if I'm worried about it, I can control it. No, you can't. No, you can't. So that was very powerful what Tex Roy said. So ask yourself, can you change anything about it? What can you do? If there's nothing you can do, you have to let it go. That is so powerful. You should charge millions of dollars for that, okay? Because that is like gold.
Well, it did work because I remember that clearly too. I'm like, what you worrying about? She like, whatever, whatever. I'm like, can you do nothing about it? She like, no. So I think I was going outside. I was going somewhere. So I'm like, well, if you can't do nothing about it, don't sit up and worry about it. Go to sleep. And you know, I liked it that when I did come back in the house, Erica was knocked out. I said, that was smart. I mean, because it makes no sense to, you know, just be putting all this pressure on our brain over something we can't control. It makes no sense. It don't usually
Right.
work out. All it do is makes matters worse. Take my foolish advice on that. So,
Yeah.
you can do something about it, do it. If you can't, let it go. Trust me on
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah, don't
Yes.
be pressuring this little precious brain you got on top. Don't sleep on this. It's very powerful. I mean, you got
Yeah.
all the answers you need. Yeah. Sometimes we all need to hear from someone else to, you know, because words is powerful just to reassure certain things. But for the most part, we can figure it out ourselves, you know, believe in
Mm-hmm.
ourselves. You know?
Yes. Yes. And so, what if someone's saying negative things to themselves? What if they have a lot of negative thoughts that are popping in their head? Negative things about themselves, right? Oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm less than, I'm weak, I'm whatever. How would you help someone to overcome that?
Shit, You gotta love yourself. Once you love yourself, you take care of all that. Love
Mhm.
yourself. When you love yourself, you won't think of the things that's negative. You're gonna
Mhm.
think positive. It's so much power in love, loving yourself. I'm not saying being like selfish and be all into yourself, but you gotta respect yourself. You know what I mean? The creator made you who you are, you know. Uh, you got life. You got life. Once you got life, that's all
Mhm.
that matters. I mean,
That's
some of us didn't live as long to continue having life. So once you
mhm.
got life, everything is possible. And be thankful, that you're here. So love yourself while you're here, man. Don't be for whatever reason. You got to live with you. So what
Yeah.
other option do you got but to love yourself? You know what I mean? What you gonna be mad at? You gonna beat yourself up? Hey, that's that's not gonna add up. So for
Yeah.
me, I mean, like I remember before in the past, I might have bumped my toe on something, and I get so mad at myself, like, dang, that hurt. And I'm
Mhm.
like, dang, well, what I'm gonna do? Beat up myself because I bumped my toe? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Makes no sense. So regardless of what, I mean, once you doing the right thing, morals and principle intact, you should always love yourself. That's enough
Mhm.
reason to love yourself. Once you're doing the right thing in life, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's what
And
I believe.
yeah, and I know you don't do this, okay, but I do. I think this self-talk is so important. Now, he might do some self-talk, but he doesn't say it out loud, okay? But I I say it out loud to
Yeah.
myself, right? So
Hmm.
I say positive things to myself. Like, I think it's very important, especially as women. A lot of us have had babies. Our bodies don't look like they did before, so be careful when you're looking in the mirror and the words that you're saying. If you don't like something you're wearing, it's not flattering, then change that. But don't beat yourself up over your appearance, things like that. You can always work on the appearance, but be careful about the words you say, right?
Appearance, I mean, well, it means something, but it don't mean everything. You know what I mean? One thing about it, it's always somebody in this world that's gonna love you for you, regardless of what you look like. I
Mhm.
mean, regardless. So, uh, once you doing the best that you can in taking, maintaining, taking care of your appearance, which is eating right, exercise, feeding your mind positive thoughts. That's all that really matters. I mean, that's all that really matters to me personally.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
hey, going back to the creator, he made you who you are. So
Mhm.
whatever he wanted you to look like, that's what he wanted to look like. I mean,
Yeah.
as long as you got proper hygiene, and hey, don't worry about look so much. Me
Yeah.
personally, it's my
Yeah.
thoughts.
Mhm. So, what other ways do you manage stress? I know. Listen. Let me tell y'all about Texroy. The only way I would ever know if he's stressed is because he would say this: "I have a slight headache," or "I'm getting heartburn." That's the only way I would ever know, because those are your cues for your body for stress. But you don't seem to take it out on people or stuff like that. So, how are you managing your stress, or what do you recommend people do to manage it?
Well, if I can, like I always say, if I can do something about it, I'm gonna do it to alleviate that stress. If I can't, I just let it go. That's the only way, best way I see. I mean, because if something is out of control, then I work with logics. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
I believe in reality, and I work with logic, so that helps me to answer most of life's issues.
Well,
Most.
you're forgetting something.
What's that?
It starts with the letter E, and it's not me.
Hmm?
What starts with the letter E that's really good to help to manage stress?
E.
E,
What's that?
exercise.
Exercise. I know. No, exercise is a good, good stress reliever, and it's so necessary for us.
Mhm.
Exercise helps us in a whole lot of ways. Even though I'm not exercising like I want to, but I still want to advise. You know what I mean? Exercise is important. Don't sleep on exercise. It help you in to slow down the process of so many things.
Mhm.
I mean, such as the sickness, all type of stuff. Because
Mhm.
you put things in your body, you also got to burn these things off. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Can't just it's like a car. If you don't service it properly, guess what it's going to do? It's going to break down. Same way the human body works.
Mhm. Yeah, you got to take care of yourself, And Rob was on the other day, and he's talking about like this, like nutrient, like all this stuff. Like we don't even think about what we're putting in our body and how it's going to affect us later on. Um, there is something that you said to me, a long time ago, and actually we talked about it on our podcast. And this was so powerful. This is actually how our book started, right? Was that you told me that stress would take my beauty away. And I wasn't having that, right? So I started repeating that to myself during the day. Oh, stress will take your beauty away. You better stop thinking about that. Like, I started telling
Yeah,
myself,
it will.
you know?
Stress
So like,
definitely deteriorates you.
yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
And I don't think people think about that. And the other thing, inflammation in our bodies, it can cause so many things. So some tips to manage it, like we said, if you can't do anything about it, let it go. Talk positive to yourself, love yourself, or as I say, love yourself. Eat properly, exercise. But there's another thing that you're so big on. You're so disciplined when it comes to this.
What's that? Uh, well, yeah, proper
Sleep.
rest. I believe in that.
Oh yeah, he's so big
But
on this.
yeah, sleep deprivation is serious than we think it is. It ain't good
Mhm.
to abuse your body like that. So I believe in proper sleep. 6 to 8 hours. I'm gonna need that.
Yes.
Need that. Because if you don't get the proper sleep, your brain don't function the same. That's for
That's true.
one.
Hmm.
Also, I mean, rest is a must. It's a must because if
Hmm.
we go a certain amount of days with no sleep, we ain't gonna say what can happen.
Hmm. Oh
So
yeah.
we know where to answer that. So it's a must. So gotta don't take these things for granted.
And your body, well, I'm into skincare and stuff. So your skin, it renews itself at night, and your body does too, right? So it's so important to get that rest. Now, I used to not get as much sleep as I do now. I was sleeping way less. I would work late at night. I would do this, but I had to get a better routine. And I can say that my body feels better, So try that. Try getting longer sleep. And if you're like, well, I can't sleep because I have to go potty all night, well, stop drinking so much before you go to bed. I mean, like
Right.
there's things that you can do. Or if you're like worried about everything, well, we just told you how to get rid of the worries. So you can't use that as an excuse. So, you know,
And I'm not saying sleep as in just be in bed for maybe 10 hours. Nah, the body, we need like 6 to 8 hours. I believe
mhm,
in getting up after that though. When you get that rest, get up, get the body the proper exercise. Everything in life is balanced. So you can't just sleep all day. Then you become
mhm.
lazy. So
Yeah. And then,
get
then you'll
proper.
have more problems because you won't have any money because you're not working because you've been in bed all day, right?
Yeah, yeah, right.
So,
Balance.
yeah.
It's
So
all about
balance.
that balance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I do want to say one more thing, is that sometimes the stress, it comes from your environment. So if your environment is very heavy, it's stressful, it could be that it's cluttered, it could be that the people you're around, there could be many different things. So be very careful about your environment. Be very careful about who you allow in your space. I say
Right.
the negative free zone. This is only positive.
Hmm.
I don't want any negative
Right.
stuff. You got
I'm
to
with you
be,
on that.
yeah.
With you on that. And like Erica was saying, your environment. When you around in a clean house, clean, straight, and everything nice and smell good, trust me, it's good for the brain. It
It is.
really lower your stress level. If you in a dirty place and it's cluttered and whatever, it listen. the brain see all that. It kind of it does something to the brain. Yeah.
It
So.
actually causes you to gain weight because when a woman walks in a room that has piles in it, it raises
Mm,
her cortisol level. So if you want to lose weight,
mm.
tidy up, no more piles.
I can believe that. That
Yeah,
sounds logical.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
clean environment that helps stress. Definitely, I strongly believe
Exactly.
that.
Yes.
And feeding your things, feeding your mind positive things
Yes.
helps a lot.
Yeah. Hmm.
So,
Yes.
but
Most definitely.
overall, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. All the everything that me and here Erica talking about here. Number one thing is to believe in yourself, love yourself in whatever you do.
Yes.
Believe in yourself, love it, and love what you do. You love what you do, or your job is that more easier. Feel like
Yes.
you're not even a job.
Hmm. And if you're like thinking, oh my gosh, my job has stressed me out. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Let me call in sick, blah, blah, blah. Then you know what? I'm going to tell you, you better start your own business. Let us help you. Because if you're stressed out because of a job, listen, I'm going to tell you something that you're just a number to most employers, right? So if you want more value and in the time that you're giving out, I would say become an entrepreneur. And if you need help on that, we can help you to start a business. If you have a business, right, and you want to take it to the next level, you want to be surrounded by like-minded people. Text Roy and I, and Rob and Michelle and Gabriella. We're all going to be together in Jamaica for the Blessing Method Entrepreneur Retreat in May in Montego Bay. It's beautiful, right? The resort.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, all inclusive. Everything's included. And we're going to help you to transform your business. I mean, hire the best photographer in Jamaica. You're going to have your branding, photographs done, everything. So you can change your business in just a few days or start a business. So if you want information on that, so you can text the word retreat to this phone number right here. If somebody can drop it in the chat, 301-450-7690. Don't worry, we're not going to spam you. We're just going to send you a link so you can read all about it. What were you going to say, Texroy? Sorry.
Now I'm listening. I was listening.
Okay, yeah. So we'd
Mhm.
love for you to join us. We only have 14 tickets left for you to come. And if you say, "Well, I don't have the money," well, guess what? What's going to change? If you're not having money right now, let us help you to make more money. That's what we're going to do there. If you want your business to be different, if you want to have more money in your pocket come September, you've got to make a decision that you can't keep doing what you're doing. That's the definition of insanity. Keep doing what you're doing and expecting a different result, right? So we would love to see you, and check out our podcast, Your Daily Boost 365, and we've got our book coming out. So that's all I had to say. Do you want to say anything before we go?
Well, for any business, if you don't have the proper knowledge, proper intelligence, it won't go nowhere. Business begins with knowledge, and that's what Erica bring to the table here. Knowledge. She knows what she's talking about. So with this retreat, that's what you will gain. You'll gain knowledge. It also will be a good experience, if anything. At least you get to enjoy the time that you're there, learning.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Well, every entrepreneur love to learn, so that's another reason why you should
Mhm.
come and for this experience.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
promise you enjoy. You enjoy. You listen to different like-minded people. Share their knowledge.
Hmm.
Uh, and like I said, Erica is a professional at what she do. She's real good at it. She can really help you on how to like plan, and she can really help you get there. I got my little words I could say too that I'm sure can help even one
Hmm.
person.
Hmm.
So
Thank you for
looking
that.
forward to seeing y'all.
Yes. to drop the word retreat if you're coming to be with us. Like I said, there's 5 or 6 speakers. It's going to be amazing. You will leave rejuvenated for sure and more knowledge. And, I know that you attend conferences. I attend conferences. You never want to get to a place in life where you're like, I know it all. I'm going to know it all. I don't need any more knowledge. You want to get to a place where you're thirsty for knowledge because that's going to change your life. Again, if you're not happy with your situation right now, let us help you change it. You want to get to the next level? We're going to help you. All right.
Knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. Knowledge comes first.
That's right. That's
Knowledge
right. Well,
comes first.
we hope that you liked our tips. Drop in the comments below and let us know what your favorite tip is or which one you're going to apply. So goodbye for now, everybody.
Later.